21 years. I've been in real estate for 5. I was a small business owner, but what I really more importantly I want to tell you who I am is that I've been a salesman all my life. So why is that important? Well, it's a good question because I'm a fighter and we need a fighter in DC. I don't take no for an answer and I'm persistent. And that's the qualities you need in leadership that want to do something about what's happening in our country right now because you don't have a voice. And that's why our campaign slogan is we're fighting for the voices of the unheard. And what our campaign is doing is incredible. We've gotten endorsements from Senator Runstead, Mike Harris, the state rep that just won out of Waterford, even though he can't be here tonight. He ran a good race. As far as Monica Utoma, she's in the room, she's endorsed us. Dan Lawless has endorsed us. But more importantly, Congressman Jack Bergman has endorsed us. And why is that important? Because he's a 3-star lieutenant general. He's the highest ranking combat veteran in office. He's probably one of the most respected men in Congress. He's a true fighter, and he's endorsed us, which is very important to me. What's going on in the world today? We look around and it's like we're in bizarro land, isn't it? Yeah. What's going on with the sham January 6th committee? More propaganda. You know, you've got politicians that are now being targeted. So we know there's a lot of noise out there, but what can we do about it? And that's why I want to give you an update on the district. This district now is in play. So contrary to fake news, this district now is in margin. So it's very winnable. We just got to get everybody to unite, get motivated, and vote. Because I'm going to tell you from firsthand experience, the cheat that happened last time can't this time because they're not motivated the same. I've talked to the Democratic orphan voters. I've been to Ferndale. I've been to Pontiac. I'm going into Royal Oak. There's tons of disenfranchised voters that don't want to support any cheating this time. And that's the difference. So when people ask me, what are you going to do about it? Well, I'm a Christian. I went to Calvin Seminary. I have faith in God. And what I do know is that what happened is he takes the bad and turns it into a good. And I see that happening right now because this is an opportunity that we have to win that we won't have again. Because it would favor a Democratic incumbent. But this time, we can win it. And that's the most important fact, is that it's in play. So don't believe what you read on the press or the fake news. All right? But more importantly, let's talk about the issues. What's impacting you? What's making you upset the most? And what they're trying to deflect with all this white noise, trying to separate us, divide the party, is they want you to look at gas prices. Okay? Gas prices are outrageous. We're going to be approaching $6 a gallon. Do you notice the gallon price per gallon per fuel? Per gallon, they added another digit, so they can go to $10. It's not a good sign, okay? That's very bad. But what's worse is diesel is at $6 a gallon. That's what's affecting all your goods, everything that you buy, the costs, that's leading to inflation. And they've shut down because of EV policies. And so my plan is very simple. We're going to go and attack fuel. We're going to do it day one. We're going to go in there and open the Keystone Pipeline right away. We're going to start drilling on federal lands. We're going to make permits and remove the obstacles that are preventing them from drilling. Okay? We're going to remove those, and we're going to also put with the fuel, we're going to remove the permitting obstacles that will stop new construction of oil and gas. That's another one. So the last one is climate activism. Why is that so bad is because the government now is pushing policies, fighting the free markets. Free markets self-regulate. We all understand that. That the consumer, you, decide what good things are for you. And so we have to deal with current problems that are for 2022 and not 2045. And that's where they're not viable and we don't know. But there's alternatives. Because I've been talking to industry, and I was endorsed by TIA, which is 1,900 trucking companies. It's the first time they've ever endorsed a candidate pre-primary. It's never happened before. But they believe, because I'm a voice to help fight for that industry, that 93% of them have not had a voice. These truckers are blue-collar workers. I call it clean money. You know why? I'm not beholden to anybody. Because they're blue-collar, they're just like us. Their goal is to make this place that we call District 11 a manufacturing hub. We need jobs. We need to drive people into Michigan, not out. And how do you do that? You improve the workforce by creating jobs and making this district a manufacturing hub. And that's my plan right away. then that's going to attack inflation. So when we're dealing with inflation, right now it's costing you $450 a month. That's $5,400 a year. With that, you got to look at the cost of goods have gone up almost 20% for your essentials. Food. Another one is gas prices are up 100%. So we really have to attack inflation by getting at the root cause, which is partly the supply chain. The supply chain, Andy Levin did us a favor, just so you all know. He took a position on AB 5, and that's a bill out of California that he wants to nationalize and make law for the land. That's like making California, Michigan. That's like making Nancy Pelosi, Michigan. Haley Stevens has voted 99% of the time with Nancy Pelosi. That's all she's done. She's a pledge. She doesn't fight for you, and she doesn't listen to you. The number one complaint I've heard on the trail is that no one gets a response from their sitting incumbent congresswoman. Nobody. They're lucky if they get a form letter. So my thing is that I've been with my wife for 10 years, and I want to thank my wife. She's in the back. She's an amazing woman, and she's been fighting. She was Women Against Whitmer. She's with the Walled Lake Parental Rights Group. She's equally yoked. And why is this important? It's because I'm going to be here in district. I have a 6-year-old. I've been married with Lisa for almost 10 years. We together are a team. And that's why it's so important. It's because we're vested in the community. We're vested in you. We understand about servant leadership. I went to Calvin Seminary. So I know a little bit about servant leadership. And what does it take? That I'm not your Messiah. I'm here to steer the ship. The ship that avoids the icebergs. The icebergs that Haley Stevens and Andy Levin keep on running into. So going back to AB 5 and that law, it was just going to get rid of 1099s. Who would hear 1099s? All right, you could no longer 1099. You would have to W-2 with this bill that was in Build Back Better. Nobody even knew it. So that's how close we were to real trouble, because that would have shut down 500,000 drivers. It would have decimated 93% of our supply chain. And the money that moves through our supply chain is $8 trillion a day. If you put a pause on that, what would happen? It would be horrible. So it looks like I'm running out of time, but yeah, I would love to talk to each and one of you out there on the campaign trail. Come and talk to me. I'd love to answer your questions. I'm not intimidated to ask. You can ask me anything. So I'm here from you. I'm sincere. I want you to vote for DenOtter for Congress, because we are the fighter, we are the winner, and we're the one that can actually play in everybody's sandbox. Thank you so much.